Hello once again. I am excited because today we are going to share the story of another one of our clients from the program. So let's just get started. Hello, Pavel. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Pavel. I'm 27 currently, and I'm working as a freelance video editor and also a full-time video editor as well.
Okay. So, what was your situation back then before joining our coaching program?
Mhm. Before joining, I had not really any experience with financial tools. I hardly knew what things like credits, debits, debts, assets, liabilities, like anything like that. I honestly didn't know what like it means at all. I mean, schools don't teach you these types of things, and unless you proactively like seek this information, you're not really gonna get it anyway. So
Mhm.
I was really inexperienced and didn't really understand like money and how it works.
What initially inspired you to consider making a change in your financial situation back then?
Mhm. Um, I mean, growing up in my family, we didn't really have any like, I mean, talking about money was kind of a taboo. So I didn't really have like a lot of information. And honestly, I thought that like actually rich people and people who have like some financial stability and freedom understood how to work with money and how to like use some tools that could help them like actually have a better life, like simply financially. So I thought that I have to get my hands on some some information that I didn't have. And browsing the internet, yeah, it is an option, but also like there's just so many people that say that they have money while they actually don't, and some people who have some advice, but also it's not really working on like on a local level, because for example they're in the States and what works there might not work here. Also there's like different laws and all that stuff. So yeah, I had to find something that's some professionals who actually understand this, so I can advance to like a better level of like financial situation.
Yeah, okay. So, what specific financial challenges were you facing before joining our coaching program and the financial planning?
Hmm. um I don't think I have like any, like I don't have like a heartbreaking story where I was like super poor or anything like that. I mean, I think the challenges were simply me being like unaware of the possibilities of what you can achieve just like using money as a tool. And yeah, I mean, I was making some money, but at the end of the day, like you can save up some money every month, but unless you're doing something with it,
Yeah.
you're not gonna achieve a lot. So I mean, yeah, my situation was I didn't really have any challenges, but I mean, I was not gonna reach my goals unless I made a change.
So maybe the clarity that you haven't back then, we can identify as a problem.
Exactly, yeah. Like
Yeah.
lack of information, lack of a direction. So yeah, I agree.
Okay. So, did you try anything else before joining this thing to solve this problem?
Not really.
Okay. So, uh, you said about your goals, but what was your ultimate goal
Mhm.
when you joined us?
Yeah, I think like the biggest thing for me was financial stability and having this financial freedom, because I mean, as Warren Buffett says, unless you learn how to make money in your sleep, you're gonna work until you die. So
Yeah.
Basically, I didn't want this to be like my reality of working 40 plus years and then retiring and then being miserable because the pension is just way too low. I wanted to have some stability and knowing that I have something that's some assets that's helping me, like having something behind your back, because a
Yeah.
lot of people are simply living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't want that to be my reality. Like I wanted to have some stability and uh yeah simple things, just like going to the store and not looking at every single price tag, stuff like that.
Yeah. So at the time, how did you think reaching this goal of financial security and independence would change your life?
um well, honestly, I mean, I did have some quite like different expectations, because I mean, when when you start learning stuff and when you start having like more information, when you start understanding money better, you tend to have like you gain a different mindset.
Yeah.
So I mean, whatever, I don't even remember what I thought back then, but I mean, right now I have like a totally different mindset. So um yeah, I honestly don't think I had some, I mean, I had some expectations, but they were quite far from what I eventually achieved. Also, when you start something like this, uh the results sound too good to be true, and sometimes you might not even believe in yourself that you can achieve it. But once you start doing the steps, like doing this every day, step by step, the results come, and it's like it's very surprising even.
Yeah. And how confident were you that you could achieve those goals on your own before joining us?
um yeah, if I were to like do this all on my own, I don't think I would have much success. A couple of reasons. First, because I mean, it's kind of like that saying, you're like discovering the wheel, like rediscovering the wheel. You don't have to do this like on your own, because it's not impossible, but it's just going to take so much more time. For example, if you're going to the gym, you could like start training stuff and eventually you're gonna get some results.
Yeah.
But if you like look up dieting exercises, if let's say you have a coach, etc., the results are just gonna come faster, and you're not gonna waste so much time researching, looking through information, sorting out what is right, what is blatantly fake, etc., etc. So I would say is just, I mean, it is possible to do it on your own, but it's very, very time consuming and super hard. And a lot of people, they don't have the time, you know. If you're like working full time, like exercising, especially if you're having kids, I don't think you're gonna have like 30 plus hours a week just to do research and stuff like that.
Yeah. So our time is one of our most valuable asset.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what specific aspects of our work together did you find most valuable? Like tools, strategies, or the
Mhm.
mindset shift?
Yeah, I do think the mindset is the most important thing, because yeah, there are awesome tools and they work, but the mindset is something that keeps you on the right path every day. Because whether you like it or not, you're gonna make financial decisions every day. Like
Yeah.
even like going to the store. You don't purchase a house or a car every day, but like you do buy stuff and you do decide what to do with the money that's like left with you every day. And I mean, if you have the right mindset, you're going to do the right thing. But if you don't have the right mindset, you're probably going to, end up living paycheck to paycheck, which is unfortunately what most people do nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me ask you, can you share some examples of a breakthrough moment that you had experienced during our work together?
Well, I don't really think I have any breakthrough moments. I mean, my progress was steady and consistent, but I don't think I've had like a eureka moment or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. Did you feel supported throughout the our work together?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, whenever I needed something, like even like small stuff like reading a book about finances and being confused at
Yeah.
some point and like not understanding what the author meant, I know that I could just call and have that explained, and yeah, it really helps to have that like availability on the other side.
Hmm. So, what results have you achieved since completing our coaching?
hmm Um, yeah, I think I'm like pretty close now to financial freedom. I definitely gained like, I mean, simply with like money wise, I'm way better off. I have some like monthly income, which is like completely like passive income. And also, I think again, the most valuable thing that I've gained throughout this is like the mind, the mind shift, or yeah, the mind state, like the state of mind where
Hmm.
you consistently take the right financial decisions, so that at some point when you look back, you're like, whoa, like, did I really jump from where I was back then to now? So these things stack up. All you need to do is have like consistency, and things are just going to work out.
So, how do you feel about your financial situation now compared to before?
hmm Um, I do have a lot of I mean, I do feel way better simply because I have a lot of like assets, and I'm way more calm. Like back then, I was like, ugh, like if I don't work even for a month or two, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right, I would probably have to call my parents and lend money and stuff like that. Well, now I do have that security where even if I stop working for months, even like a few years, I'll still be fine. Not that I want to like stop working,
Yeah.
but yeah, having that security and freedom to do whatever you want to do is really nice. One example of that would be, because I was working in like a totally different field, I decided to switch like professions. And most people, when they do that, it's very hard because you either have to re-enlist in university. It takes at least 4 years,
Yeah.
or take courses, etc. And if you cannot afford to simply like leave work for at least like a few months and focus on what you want to do, you're not going to be able to switch professions like at all. Well, I had that opportunity because I was working something totally different. I took half a year off and learned like a completely new skill. And yeah, now I'm doing what I actually want to do, which in this day and age is pretty rare. Like people just work for money and don't care about what they actually want to do.
Yeah, I totally agree here. Yeah. Okay. If you could sum up your success in one word or phrase, what would it be?
Um, Consistency beats everything. I would say that would be the phrase. I mean, because if you do like all the planning and all the learning for like a month or two, but then you don't for a year and then you come back to it. I mean, it's simply like it's kind of like the gym, right? I mean, if you go 3 times a week for 3 weeks and then skip gym for 4 months, I mean, you're not going to get any results. Like, you have to be consistent. So yeah,
Yeah.
consistency beats everything. And I think a lot of people really tend to think that, oh, but like I'm way too old, I'm like 30, my time for financial planning has passed. Not at all. I mean, yes, it would be better if you start earlier, but it's never too late, to be honest.
Yeah, consistency beats everything, even the talented one.
Yeah, yeah. Consistency over talent, exactly. You
Yeah,
might have talent, but if you don't practice, and do those things like on a daily or weekly basis or whatever it takes, it's just not going to work out. You still have to put in the hours.
exactly. Yeah. So, uh, how would you describe the program, our coaching, to someone who is considering it?
Okay. Um, I would say it's a very good start if you're like new to finances. Like, I don't have experience of being super well aware of finances and then starting the program, but in my case I had like no idea what I was doing, and now I'm at a very good level where I do have understanding of money, how it works, assets, liabilities, insurances, how those work, how you can use money for like um, at your advantage, and yeah, basically how to make consistent good decisions.
How would you describe the methods and the systems that we are using to help people achieve their financial independence? Are
Hmm.
they too complicated? Easy to follow? What do you think?
Yeah. So I think it's like the one thing that I really like is people are not like pushing you into decisions. Everything is like your decision. So if you don't want to like progress faster, or if you don't want to, like, if you have like a slower pace, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
First of all, yeah, you don't get like, well, if you don't do that, it's not good for you, blah blah blah. It's you're getting unbiased advice, and you're getting the facts from like all the consultants, which is very nice. And also, I mean, you have to like read and learn a lot.
Yeah.
So to to
Put in
to
the work.
gain, yeah, you have to put in the work, because if you don't spend the time learning, you still have to gain the knowledge. They lead you through it. They help you out if you have questions. They're always there, but at the same time, you're not like dependent on what they tell you. You're still like totally independent, and you still take your decisions, so that's
Mhm.
very nice.
Okay. Uh, Thank you for that answer. So, Pavel, what would you say to someone who is where you were back then, before joining our coaching, and is unsure about joining us?
Mm-hmm. um I mean, I would say that you have a lot more to gain than to lose, to be honest. I mean, again, it's simply a matter of time. Time is your most valuable asset. If you decide to do this on your own, again, I'm not saying you cannot, you can, but it's just going to take way much time. If you have like uh, for example, let's say that you invest 10,000 in S&P Morgan, the most, I think, famous at this point
Yeah.
stock exchange. So if you do that at 20, rather than doing that at like 18, by the time you're 60, it's going to be like totally different. Like, you're going to have like 10, I don't remember, like, you can check that out, but you're going to have like 20 times more money if you do it at 18 rather than at 20. So it's just simply a matter of time. Like the sooner you join, I think the better.
Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you one more question.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for someone starting their journey right now to their financial independence?
Mhm. Um, I would say, uh, just do it. I mean, again, there's like really uh, nothing to lose and a lot to gain.
Yeah,
If you have, I mean, if you don't have this much like discipline, you're probably not going to be successful with anything else you do in life either. I mean, I always say, if you don't like, if you cannot go to the gym, for example, 2 weeks in a row, you're probably not gonna like start your own business and etc. etc. Like you still have to build some discipline. If you don't have the discipline to follow up, like follow through with something like that, you're probably not gonna, achieve a lot in a financial aspect at least. So yeah, do have some discipline. Start and the results are gonna come.
so, okay, thank you very much for this insightful interview and for sharing your
Mhm.
journey. I think it will be very interesting and inspirational for more people to hear about it.
Yeah,
So,
I
thank
hope
you once
so.
again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Bye bye.
All right. Have a good one.